Hello everyone, it's Bashtoes doing my third starcast. I'd just like to say a thank you to YeahKane2 who sent me a very supportive message on YouTube. He is my inspiration for attempting my starcast. After he casted a game with me, which I didn't realise he was doing, and then randomly found and was very happy with it. So yeah, big thank you to him. And yeah, my other videos are just struggling along, which I'm also quite happy with. I kind of thought that after the first week that I would get no more views, so really happy how it's going so far. Um, so into the game, it's myself, Bashtoes, the Red Terran, and my brother's friend, Kozi, the quite sure what colour this is, light blue Protoss. Uh, Krogster, my brother, playing as Protoss as per normal, purple this time. And thekyle, who is the noob who got mentioned in the first Starcast. We play with him quite a bit. We're only Gold League and 4v4, which is actually pretty impressive considering that pretty much all those games have all been mono battles, which has been quite fun, and we've actually won more than 50% of them, which I'm pretty proud of. I said I suck. I think I got a fail supply depot timing or something ridiculous. No, it's because I stocked up a SEV and then delayed my barracks, which is just very newbie of me. I'm casting this game because we came up with a strategy on the fly, which was for me to go Vikings to control the air. Well, actually, I'll start from a more logical standpoint. Craig decided he was going to go Colossi, so he wasn't going to have any units anytime soon. So I went Viking to support his Colossi, and then I decided that DK should go Stalk as he normally does, and Kyle should go Zealot to keep us alive whilst we tech to the Colossi and the Viking. And it sort of would be good late game because Colossi would do a lot of area effect damage, and the Stalkers and Zealots would hold the ground, and obviously I would have air control. So that was the sort of plan, and we'll see how that goes. At the moment, getting a little bit of a wall up here, doing my normal mech start, which is the put the SCV in the bunker, which is the barracks, bunker, 2 marines, and then stop building from the barracks. That just stops any zergling all-ins or any like early marine pressure. It's quite safe actually to allow you to tech up to mech. Viking probably not so much, but that's why thekyle and DK are going Stalker Zealot, and he's not spending his Chrono Boost. What a noob. I'm going to have a word with him about that. And stocking up 4 probes. Okay, I'm going to give him a slap now. Let's see what the enemies are doing. We've got Realist here, who doesn't seem to be... Oh, he's expanding with 2 Raxes and a couple Marines. Doesn't look like he's polished this build very much, but he's at least building SCVs. We just look at the units. 17 SCVs. So, he's doing okay there, I guess. Then we got Suka, who is the yellow Protoss, who's got 2 gateway, getting warp gate. He's actually spending his Chrono Boost, unlike my ally. Plenty of probes, not supply blocked. Then we have a Zerg player here, getting some Zerglings out. Not quite sure. I mean, if you got this many this early, ideally you want to be aggressive with them, so I'm not really sure what he's doing here. Perhaps trying to get critical mass to come up and do a big damage, but I don't know. I don't think this team is coordinated at all, because he's expanding, he's getting Zerglings, not drones. It just all looks very horrible to me. And this Protoss player here, Blitz, is not building anything by the look of it. Wow, what is he doing? His total supplies are 74. I'm just going to come out and say that he is a big noob. I'm sorry if you hear any background noise. That's Craig and DK. They're just chatting and ruffling and doing whatever they do best. So, not a lot of action right here. I'm getting my expansion up here safely. Already teched the Vikings. Get my first one out. Craig, what's he doing? Getting his first Colossi out. I don't like that he stocked up the second Colossi. He could have been getting the Family Lance. But I guess he'd give him more numbers earlier, because he wouldn't be able to build one now, so I'm not too angry there. Kyle getting Zealots, getting charge, transferring my SCVs. Cozzy, got a couple Zealots, a couple Stalkers, getting Warp Gate. How many gateways? 4 gateways, just slapped down the other 2. Spending his minerals, but that's... Oh, he's also spent some chrono, which is quite impressive. The Zergling's chilling out here. Not quite sure why. Again, he should have attacked by him. This now is 7.3 minutes. Yeah, again, but where's he going with them? I'm just going to follow him to see quite what he's deciding here. So he's gone up the ramp. He could have probably burst that side not to. Come back here. Meanwhile, my planetary fortress is nearly done. So tries to target that down. Wow, that was a big blast on that planetary fortress. Just annihilating those Zerglings. And he backs out. And that's why he should have attacked earlier rather than waiting to the 7.5 minute mark. What is an epic fail. Let's see how many kills that planetary fortress got. I cannot see... 13 kills from 3 blasts. What a waste of Zerglings. They could have been drones. Really sucks for him. The Blitz is getting up an expansion with his now supply total of 124. I'm not quite sure what he's thinking here. That's shocking. That's awful. Turn player here. He got his expansion early, but he's not used it. This is all looking very newbie in the bottom right corner. Meanwhile, Craig, is getting his +1 upgrades, getting his Fermi Lance, getting out some Colosseum. He's got 2, third one coming. Cozzy's got a reasonable amount of Stalkers. I'm now up to... How many Vikings is that there? 6 Vikings. I decided to tell him just to follow around the Colosseum in case there's mutant harass or something. I did not know how terrible the opposite team was. The Kyle is just chilling with a few Zealots. Expansion up there for Craig. Overlord chilling. Don't know why I keep going over to that. Just checking out. I've got this pretty well saturated. Spending my minerals. Couldn't quite spend my gas, which I'm quite surprised at. I thought that I'd need a lot more gas to run 2 reacted production of Vikings, but I was wrong. Supply blocked myself there. Bit of a fail. But 3 supply depots coming and upgrades as well. So I'm still spending minerals, okay. He's expanding up here. The Kyle's expanding up here. Interesting choice. I guess that's because Craig took that down there. The Suka is now expanding, so that's what, 3 expansions. 3 expansions, so, you know, we've got the same amount of expansions. Oh no, they got 4, so they're 1 ahead on us at the moment. Which would be really helpful if they could spend their minerals or knew how to play the game. But there you go, I should not judge. I should not judge. I'm a big noob as well. Big Zealot count there, in the middle, getting a bit of map control. Not really sure what else is going on. Oh, we're deciding to push out here. Here's the Colosseum. What count is that? 4 Colosseum. 12 Vikings. 16, 20 Zealots. Where's the Stalkers? Trickling in here. A few Zealots as well for Cozzy. Could probably get another warp in. Yeah, just not doing it. Warp in the Stalkers. DK. Warp them in. Attack coming on down here. We've got the Colosseum up here. Behind the wall of Zealots. They are just annihilating this little bio-ball here. Stalkers deciding to run. I can't say I blame them. The Stalkers blinking here. I used my Vikings there to get sight onto the tank. That's probably the only useful thing I've done so far. Currently blowing up the orbital command. Pushing forward still. Getting attacked in the back. That wasn't ideal. DK blinks in trying to save the Colosseum. One gets picked off there. Vikings still trickling down. We managed to get armies back in position. Apart from the Zealots out in the front. We're having that pretty good. These Colosseum are doing mega damage. Couple kills between them. Vikings still just wing. I was expecting some air, so I'm just patrolling, trying to keep these Colosseum safe from any air aggression. A little bit out of position here, but we're all good. Bit annoying here. The fight's going on here, and Craig didn't pull in his Colosseum. Luckily, we're all on Skype, and Kyle told him, "Could you please do something useful with your Colosseum?" I'm just patrolling my Vikings there because I'm awesome. Pushing down this side. All the Zealots are dead. They've now took the high ground. They're up there sniping the Colosseum from the back. Our ground army is now pretty much dead. I don't think Cozzy's being macroing up any units whilst this attack's going on. I land here. I got confused. I thought they're the opposition's Stalkers there and that I would try and save the Colosseum, but I just helped them clean up that there. This expansion is going down. I don't like the gap between the Stalkers and the Colossi. We should have been keeping them together. So they've got no ground support at the moment, which is why I put my Vikings to the front ready to drop. Which I think I do. No, I decide to retreat here because Hydra's really, really hurt. That's a nice bit of micro there. Getting a few free shots in. Blink forward is trying to take down the Colossi. Gets out there. I decide to land just to pull these back with the Colossi. I'm getting slapped by this tank, so I decide to lift again. Bit of fell micro there, jiggling up and down. Again, I can't see Kozzy or the Kyle macroing up an army again. Not quite sure why. So yeah, back to the action. Vikings fall back a bit. These Colossi are being microed particularly well by Craig. Stalkers are finally starting to get back in there with him. Actually, they're all dead. My bad. That was the opposition's. Vikings still making sure no air is coming, keeping these Colossi safe, giving a bit of extra sight, letting them know what's on. Decided to start scouting, seeing if there's any X-rays anywhere, but still had them hotkeys, so as you see in a minute they fell and come back to me. Thankfully, the cow finally sends in some reinforcing zealots, and Kozzy sends in some reinforcing stalkers, so we're ready to push back again. Craig quite wisely waiting for the ground army to support them. 20 kills on that Colossi. That is incredible. Vikings have actually landed for their team because they know as soon as they get lift, I'm just going to annihilate them. Particularly with my 1-1 up, so I thought it was better than that, but there you go. So, yep, sending me over here, onto the tank, dropping down. I mean, I realised there was no air coming, so why not? Started to get raped there, so you pull them back to the Colossi. There's now an incredible 6 Colossi here. That much area effect damage, and a bit of a buffer zone between them. There's just nothing going to be able to take them down. Again, not liking the distance between the Stalkers and the Colossi. Of course, Hydras are really good against Stalkers, so the Stalkers have been taking a beating there. Colossi are really good against Hydra, so if they were attacking together, these Hydras just would have melted, and he would have had a lot more Zealots left. We're now right in the middle of their, like, 4 bases. They start GGing out of there, and, yeah, this is pretty much the end now. I really like this game because the plan, the unit compositions was made up on the fly, particularly because the Kyle plays random, so we had no idea that we are going to have 3 Protoss and a Terran. It went well. Would like to try it again, preferably against some better opponents, so I can better gauge whether it was the strategy or just simply because the opponents were rubbish. Hope you guys all enjoy watching this as much as I enjoy playing it. I'm going to crack on now, so have a good night, lads. Bye!